Alright then, welcome to this short tutorial for Draconic evolution. I'll be mainly talking about the spawners you can make with Draconic evolution. So yeah, so let's get right to it. So what you want to have is the following: a Draconic core, which I will explain about more, and a Wyvern core. And unless you're really late game, I would suggest just make a awakened core 2, and a golden apple and a nether star. So these are the main items you want to get before you start searching for your spawner. I advise making a cage for the wither boss. There. I will show you how to build that in a bit, but first let's talk about spawners. So you will find a spawner in a dungeon, and you want to have another mob in it. Let's say a pig, for example. As you can see, I ran some tests. Whoops. Anyways, so you find your spawner in a dungeon or somewhere else. So what you want to do is right click on it with a Draconic core. So let's do that. Now it is turned into a stabilized mob spawner. With these these type of spawners from Draconic evolution, you can pick up with the right tools. So let's see. Draconic here we go. And let me first slay this pig because he's in the way. Anyways, so let's say you have a Draconic pickaxe, and let me put myself into survival. So you mine it up with one of the two pickaxes there are in the game. I believe you can use the Staff of Power too. Not sure though. So either pickaxe of the Wyvern or Draconic pickaxe. So you will return to your base and put the spawner down. But where is the mob soul? Where has it gone to? Well, you sort of have to farm a lot of animals for a mob soul to spawn. But for the sake of this demonstration, I will just use the basic mob soul. I would like to see all the mobs in the NEI list or in the normal creative tab for Draconic evolution. And I've looked through it. Like, these are the two tabs. But as you can see, there are none. Even a normal soul you can't find in there. So, yeah. But anyways, you can get the mob souls by killing the mobs with a Draconic sword or a sword of the Wyvern. So this one or this one. And you can increase the chance for it by adding the Reaper enchant on it, and Reaper 5 is the maximum you can get on it. So I highly advise you do that. Even though, even with the enchant, it is still 1 in 1,000 mobs that you can get one soul. I was sort of lucky, but I placed the mob souls here when I tried to put them in, and that will destroy your mob soul and just spawn the soul or mob from which the soul was. So just watch out, just right click right on here and do not hit that bottom. You can use the top too, no problem, but the bottom I wouldn't do. I've had about 4 with a skeleton souls and they all went to shit because of me clicking it on the bottom. So yeah. once you put the soul in, you immediately notice when you mouse over it, you have a nice little text here. Mob type pig. Requires player true. Ignore spawner requirements. False. Spawner tier 1. So let's hold shift. Now we can see what we need to upgrade it. So we can disable us being in the close proximity with the nether star, and we can ignore the spawn requirements with a golden apple, and these are the ones you make with the block of gold, so keep that in mind. And as you can see, they start spawning. But what if we want more pigs? Ignore those. If you want more, you can apply a wyvern core, which you make with 4 draconic cores, a nether star, and some draconium ingots. And if you really want a way too strong spawner, you want a awakened core, which requires 4 wyvern cores and 5 awakened draconium. How you make that I will cover in another tutorial. Mainly I want to cover the spawner first, because it brought me a lot of confusion at first. Like nowhere was noted that you had to click the sides or the top, not the bottom, because that will destroy your soul. So let's add that. And let's say after a while you notice I have way too much pigs. So what you can do to prevent them from spawning is apply a redstone signal. It will stop spinning, the particles will stop too, and they won't spawn anymore. And what's great about this, you can actually make really advanced spawners with this basically. So you say in a system, I need wool, so start spawning the sheep and kill them off basically. Yes, that sounds horrible, but I know. Anyways, so let's look at our wither cage. And I will rebuild it somewhere else. Ignore the redstone there. I was trying out something. So let's say you don't have access to flight or ranged weapons. So you want that the wither doesn't go anywhere. Well, that can be easily achieved. So let's start with the block reinforced obsidian. How do you make it, you ask? Well, it's a rather easy recipe, although it requires a lot of RF. So what I've done is I've chose a structure that require only 30 of these blocks. So that is the best I could do. Maybe there's something better, but with smaller designs I had a lot of the times that the wither would spawn outside the box and not inside the box, or rather he wouldn't stay in the box. So let's continue. First of all, you want to take one down and place a block of reinforced obsidian down there. Then you want to cover its sides one higher. So here will the soul sands rest on that one, and that one. Then you want to build it one up here, and I advise you use a different block here, maybe dirt or something, to get to this level, because it's pretty tough. It takes longer than obsidian to mine, and that should say enough. So you want to build this 3 up, same on this side, 2, 3, and now you want to close it off like so. Alright, now that's all done. Perfect. But how is this gonna hold the wither? It's not. We are missing a few blocks. So let's do this. Whoops. So place 2 blocks here and leave a gap in the middle. Then close this side completely off. This way you have access to the space where the soul sand will be. Let's do the same here, only cover up this hole and leave this side open. And close the rest off. Here we can, and this is not counted in the 30, so you might make one more or something. I just thought it was useful as step up, because it wouldn't be destroyed by the wither. And here you can place down the skulls for it. And basically this will hold the wither. And to prove it, let me get my sword. Yes, I'm gonna use this one. And pretty sure sell for some loud noises. Let's go. So as follows, the soul sand. Whoops. This soul sand 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, and the fourth goes there as last. Then you want to easily place down the wither skulls, and let me turn down the sounds a bit. Now the wither has been spawned. Of course you won't want to get damaged, so stand back a bit, go to this hole and just smash away. That is how you easily can get a wither nether star without putting yourself in real danger of the wither. Keep in mind, blocks around it will get destroyed, so what I actually had done is create a one layer outside in my multiplayer world, so that some of the landscape would stay preserved, basically. And it looks about, yeah, that seems right. And I add it like this, and most of my land is still there. Anyways, this was Plainside. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and enjoy your pig spawning or any other type of mob.